Cincinnati Magazine just released its top 10 restaurants of the year for Cincinnati, and we are discussing a new trend on the dinner plate. This is Joanne Drilling from Cincinnati Magazine and Chef Dan Wright from Abigail Street and Pontiac, and they're here with more on the trend. So first, let's talk about the trend. Octopus is a thing, Dan, right?
Octopus is a thing.
Why?
It's,
How did this come to be?
Honestly, I think as chefs, we're always sort of like challenged to try to find new and fun ingredients and sort of bring them to people that, especially to the Midwest. It's like, we don't really have octopus in the Ohio River, so
sure.
It's the idea of like importing really great ingredients that we think people would be interested in, and that's sort of like what we do.
We're becoming known here in Cincinnati for like starting new things in food, aren't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Our food scene is just sort of, I want to say that it's pretty incredible, and I think it's on par with a lot of big cities, including Chicago and in Miami and LA.
And you've worked in LA and all these places, so you know.
Yeah, I think we're definitely, we've come a long way in the last 20 years, and it's exciting to be a part of it.
So let's show people how you cook octopus. Now, a lot of people, when you say octopus, they get a little scared by that. I have not had yours. I've had the one at Mita's. Jose Salazar's place.
Oh, that's one of my favorite dishes.
That's a good, it's good, and I had never tried octopus, but
it is
someone
a great dish.
Suggested it, yeah. So you've got a little oil going in.
So we have a little oil. The first thing with octopus is that it becomes a little bit tough, so you've got to kind of tenderize it. Okay. The way that we do that is we actually braise it. We'll put it in a pot with some carrot, celery, onion, garlic. We'll put some chicken broth on it. You can do fish stock, whatever. And then one of the big keys is actually cooking it with corks, sort of like an old Italian wives' tale, but it actually it really does help sort of like break down and tenderize the actual octopus. Once that octopus,
it's okay for you to have cork in your food.
It's we pull them out.
You're not eating it, okay?
Yeah, when we're done, we pull all of them out. We kind of clear out the mirepoix.
You can tell I'm not a chef, Dan.
And then basically we're going to take this and sort of crisp it up. So after the cooking process, we'll take it out, we'll cool it off, and then we'll wind up crisping up the actual octopus later on to actually serve with our dish.
All right. So while that cooks for a minute and you work on that, let me talk to Joanne about the top 10. This is the magazine that I always look forward to every year, seeing your top 10. And how do you pick it? Because we do have such a great food scene and so many good restaurants, Joanne.
We do. It's really hard. We put together a dine team, so we do it kind of by committee. And before we even start going to restaurants, we have a big meeting at my house. I cook a big dinner, and we sit around. We have a powwow. Everybody brings 20 places that they think should be contenders.
Okay.
And then from that list, we put together anywhere between 20 and 25 places that we're going to go to.
Okay.
So
you're always going to have a Jean Robert. You're always going to have a Dan Wright restaurant on there, right?
All of those places are pretty much on there. And then it's also too with the main review that we do every month, which is written by Jeff Matthews.
Right.
Jeff is able to kind of say, we hadn't been to Ando in a long time, but we were there this year. It was great.
And it was
really good. I think we should look at that as a top 10.
All right.
So
do you say Ando because it made the list? I can't remember. I didn't
yes.
memorize the list, but Ando, yeah. And that's one that's been around for a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
What about new places that are on the list this year?
New places this year, we have Forno and East Hyde Park.
Okay.
And Vida's, of course, which is from Jose Salazar and is really incredible. We definitely recommend that.
Okay.
It's number 2.
Yeah, and number 1 was Table, right?
Yes.
Jean Robert
Yes.
again this year. Okay, so you have put together, it looks like a salsa there, Dan?
Basically a little bit of salsa. So it's sort of our Mediterranean spin on a salsa.
Yeah.
So what we do with our octopus dish is we actually take a little bit of hummus we make in-house, and then we make a little salsa. But rather than doing like lime and cilantro, we use a little bit of parsley. So we got tomato, red onion, there's jalapeno in there, parsley, lemon juice, olive oil. So it makes this nice little salsa. We're searing off our octopus to get it nice and crispy, and then what we're going to do is put it over the hummus. We have a little sausage that we actually seared off earlier. It's a merguez sausage. We also make that in-house, which is sort of like a French lamb sausage. We use a little bit of lamb beef. There's a little bit of red pepper in there too. So it sort of gives it like a nice little, it's sort of like a Mediterranean version of surf and turf, if you will.
Yeah,
but
you
it gives
didn't
it
know
a nice
Abigail
little,
Street has more of a Mediterranean
gives it a
flair
nice
to the
little
menu.
flavor. But for the most part, what we're going to do here is we get a nice little crisp on it. You see it's turning nice and golden.
Yeah. I still can't get over the fact that it's an octopus leg. I mean, it looks like an octopus leg.
It is,
but it's delicious, right?
But if you can kind of like, it's really the texture, which is kind of like the most beautiful part about it.
Yeah.
And it's just such a unique flavor. There's nothing really like octopus outside of octopus.
Is Bob here? Bob, I want you to come and try this octopus.
All right.
I have tried it before. Can you cut a little piece off?
I'm very nervous about this.
Okay. Joanne, do you consider the Cincinnati Magazine, the top 10 list, sort of a dining guide for Cincinnati for the year to come?
Well, I mean, we would hope that.
I do. I mean, I keep mine until the next one comes out next year.
A lot of people do tell us
let's
that,
see, Bob.
and that we appreciate that.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think he should have a bite with everything on it.
It's cooked with a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, we literally braise it off
Cork
with
and oil and
all kinds of stock and vegetables.
I was worried about
not how it would taste, but again, the
texture.
The texture.
Yeah.
Texture doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like seafood though a lot.
Well, Dan, Joanne, thank you both so much for coming in. Go see Dan at Abigail Street or Senate or Pontiac. They're all great places to eat, and get that issue of Cincinnati Magazine. You might need it, right?
I just ate octopus.
Yeah, woo!
Yay for me!
We'll be right back. Thank you. Thanks.